Okay, so here's where I'm at with the Homelite right now, the Homelite generator. I've had it running on the carburetor. It generates power just fine. Generator seemed to come out pretty well. I cleaned up all the brushes and the brush holders and everything, and it does generate power. That's a good thing. Magneto turned out fine, no problems there. With the gas tank, found 2 pinhole leaks in it, so I'm gonna have to fix those and finish cleaning it before I actually run it on that gas tank. I was just using this little gravity-fed plastic tank for now. I encountered a problem with the generator when it was running. It would not make the proper RPM for the generator to produce, 110, 120 volt. I could only get it to about 80 volts max. And that's with the throttle butterfly on the car wide open. Fooling with the mixtures wasn't doing anything. So it's kind of stumping me with that one. Pulled the exhaust off. Managed to get about 110, but it was really sketchy. Wouldn't maintain it. So I have the muffler and everything off. I'm going to take it into work tomorrow and soak it in the washer, parts washer. Clean that out. And I wanted to pull the engine apart, or the lower end part, because there was kind of a knocking sound. There's some play there between that and the rest of the engine. So pulled that off, and I found this. Crankshafts in 2 parts. And there's the one. And you can see where the crank pin is in half, and it rides in this part. Another interesting thing I found was I found the governor. I had no idea these were like this. Let me rotate it here. Right there. This brass plate right here slides, or I should say like hinges on that brass pin that's in right dead center of the shot. And right there, that hole, you can see if I get enough light for you, is actually the throttle shutter. Let's see if I can rotate it here. Let me show you. Kind of takes 2 hands, but I don't think I can. I gotta move it a little bit there. Anyway, the spring tension holds it open. As the engine accelerates, it closes that port off. I had no idea it was like that. I suspected something internal, kind of similar to a Maytag 72, but this is an interesting design. Another odd thing that I haven't quite figured out yet is that this plate right here, where the crank pin slides into, it's supported by 3 studs, one there, one there, and one there, and they're all on springs, so it can compress. I assume that that's just to keep a good amount of tension, keep this plate with adequate tension up in the crank pin here. Let's see. Yeah, because now it doesn't move. It moves a little bit, but hardly any. It's interesting. But so that means that there's probably, I know there's an adjustment screw for the governor right here for the spring tension, so I can adjust that maybe a half turn or a full turn, and see if I can get it to run at proper speed. Now, I don't imagine it came out of adjustment on its own. It looks nice and tight, nothing's loose in there. It doesn't look like the kind of setup that would loosen up on its own. So I'm gonna have to go with, because of however much it's worn, which I've discovered is quite a bit. If you look closely at the piston, when I move it in the cylinder, you can actually see. Maybe you can't see it in the camera, but it has some side-to-side movement in the cylinder, so it's more severely worn than I thought. Plus, you can see right there some ring play. So it's more severely worn than I thought at first. So to compensate for that, maybe I'll have to open the governor up a little bit and feed a little more fuel. I can't get it to sit in there. There it goes. Definitely interesting unit.